Chapter 3766. The Purpose of the Trading Market. Lin Moyu continued executing his plan, selecting materials that suited his needs. Meanwhile, in another small spirit domain, a concealed formation opened up an independent space. Would Slaughter Realm Master appeared within the space, where 8 others were already present, making a total of 9. These individuals were all extremely powerful, none weaker than would Slaughter Realm Master himself. However, none of them were present in their true forms, not even avatars, merely projections. One of them spoke softly.
"Number 9, why have you summoned us here?"
Would Slaughter Realm Master replied,
"Naturally, there's a reason. A human cultivator from another spirit domain has arrived in the World Tree Great Spirit Domain."
Number 3 interjected.
"What's so unusual about that? Such people show up almost daily."
Would Slaughter Realm Master's gaze turned cold as he snapped.
"Number 3, keep your mouth shut."
Number 3 huffed but said nothing further. Number 6 asked,
"What's special about him?"
Would Slaughter Realm Master explained.
"His cultivation level is second-tier soul, but his combat strength far exceeds that of Dao Lords and by a significant margin."
The group was visibly surprised. This was highly unusual. If his strength was only slightly above average, it might be acceptable, but being far stronger raised serious questions. Number 6 pressed for details.
"Explain further."
Would Slaughter Realm Master didn't hold back.
"He defeated 5 Dao Lords from the Outsider Alliance."
The 8 others' expressions changed drastically. A second-tier soul great Dao cultivator defeating 5 Dao Lords? It sounded like a fantasy. Would Slaughter Realm Master continued.
"And it's true he possesses such combat strength. Moreover, he's extremely cautious. He managed to isolate my spirit domain compass from tracking him. That alone is beyond what ordinary Dao Lords can achieve. I've met him personally. When facing me, he remained calm and composed. This suggests he's accustomed to dealing with individuals of my level. Honestly, I suspect that even if I tried to kill him, it wouldn't be easy."
None of them doubted Would Slaughter Realm Master's words. Number 3 asked,
"Even if he's exceptionally talented, what does this have to do with us?"
Would Slaughter Realm Master explained.
"He's currently selling a pill in the trading market called the Great Dao Refining Pill. I've tested it. It's more effective than soul pearls. If we can obtain its formula."
The group's expressions shifted immediately. Such a pill could be incredibly valuable for their purposes. Number 3 remained skeptical.
"Do you really think he'll hand over the formula easily? Even if we get it, the required materials might be hard to acquire."
Would Slaughter Realm Master glared at number 3 but restrained himself and replied,
"I've spoken with him. He's willing to trade the formula if I help him with something. Additionally, the pill is easy to refine. But here's the most important part. You don't know why I'm so interested in this formula."
Number 6 asked quickly.
"Why?"
Would Slaughter Realm Master revealed.
"Because if multiple pills are refined and consumed simultaneously, the pure soul power within them can erase imprints."
This revelation left the other 8 stunned. Their expressions varied dramatically. Finally breaking his silence, number 8 cautioned.
"Don't act recklessly if this alerts him or others."
Though trusting Would Slaughter Realm Master's claim, number 8 worried about unintended consequences. Would Slaughter Realm Master seemed excited.
"We've been searching for a way to break free from him, and now there's hope. Leave the rest to me. Just pretend you never heard this. This meeting was simply to share good news, nothing more."
Lin Moyu purchased 3 top-tier materials from 3 rare great Daos, all missing from his 1,000 worlds. While these materials might eventually evolve naturally through yin-yang origin power, it would take far too long, and Lin Moyu couldn't wait. With these materials and the help of elemental liches, Lin Moyu could directly evolve great Daos, saving an immeasurable amount of time. His transaction volume surpassed 100,000 soul pearls, granting him access to Market 8. Market 8 exerted even greater pressure than Market 7. Most participants here were Dao Lords. Even first-tier soul great Dao cultivators were rare, and Lin Moyu stood out as a second-tier soul cultivator. Looking up toward Market 9, the pinnacle of trading markets, Lin Moyu felt drawn to its offerings but knew he wasn't qualified yet. His current transaction volume had just reached 100,000, a far cry from the required 1 million. Still, Market 8 wasn't lacking. It featured many materials at the Dao Lord level. The cheapest Dao Lord level materials cost 30,000 soul pearls, and treasures started at 100,000 pearls.
Market 8 sells Dao Lord level items. Market 9 must offer Realm Master level treasures. What could they possibly have?
Lin Moyu faintly sensed an overwhelming pressure emanating from Market 9. It belonged to the human sovereign. Pulling his gaze away, for now that place was beyond his reach. After browsing Market 8 thoroughly, Lin Moyu admired its offerings but couldn't afford everything he wanted. One item particularly caught his attention, a treasure called the Great Dao Golden Shield. This shield accumulated energy over time and could envelop its user during activation, blocking all attacks. If enough energy was stored, it could even withstand strikes from Realm Masters. Additionally, the shield could harness Realm Master level attacks to tear open soul void space, allowing instant escape across vast distances. Having experienced would slaughter Realm Master's power firsthand, Lin Moyu felt compelled to acquire such a treasure as an extra layer of protection. Even against the world will of the origin continent, it would provide valuable survival options. Unfortunately, the Great Dao Golden Shield was priced at 150,000 soul pearls, a sum Lin Moyu couldn't afford yet. Reluctantly leaving Market 8 behind, Lin Moyu flew out of Spring Encounter Small Spirit Domain entirely. Taking out his newly purchased Spirit Domain compass, he followed its guidance toward the edge of World Tree Great Spirit Domain. To safely refine Void Soul Pills, he needed to leave this domain entirely and avoid attracting unwanted attention. Refining higher-grade pills like double or triple refined Void Soul Pills required vast quantities of soul crystals, a resource Lin Moyu would need to gather extensively. Summoning Little Python as his mount, Lin Moyu reflected on his gains from the trading market. While it hadn't offered much novelty, it confirmed his suspicion that the market served dual purposes, benefiting cultivators while acting as a tool for the human sovereign's wealth accumulation. At Lin Moyu's level, wealth was easily attainable, but the market's real purpose lay in distributing soul pearls widely among Great Dao cultivators. Through these pearls, the human sovereign could exert control over countless cultivators and, by extension, the entire domain itself. Leveraging this collective power, the human sovereign could pursue even greater ambitions. Chapter 3767. The Mysterious Rift. At the edge of the World Tree Great Spirit Domain, where virtual beasts were more abundant, Lin Moyu began hunting. Although he had already grasped the essence of virtual beasts, that they were part of a cyclical reincarnation between the real and illusory worlds, possibly transformed from deceased beings in the real world, he felt no guilt in killing them. Lin Moyu knew that as long as their true spirits remained intact, virtual beasts could regenerate even if he refined them into soul crystals. His undead army roamed freely through the void, leaving countless virtual beasts crippled and then refined into soul crystals by world-burning fire. Holding his spirit domain compass, Lin Moyu navigated carefully. The spirit domain compass proved highly useful, allowing him to pinpoint his location and track the real-time positions of various small spirit domains within the World Tree Great Spirit Domain. The human sovereign and World Tree Emperor's creation of such a tool had indeed provided great convenience to cultivators. As Lin Moyu collected soul crystals, he muttered to himself,
"It seems world-burning fire has reached its limit. To advance further, I'll need to refine worlds. Refining virtual beasts alone isn't enough."
From its name alone, world-burning fire was clearly intended for world destruction. Refining soul crystals was merely a secondary function, but for now, Lin Moyu lacked suitable worlds to refine. The worlds within the World Tree Great Spirit Domain were off-limits. Attempting to refine them under the watchful eye of the human sovereign would be suicidal. He thought back to the Golden Furnace Great Spirit Domain, where suitable worlds might exist. He had considered refining them before but abandoned the plan after encountering the Four-Armed Race's world will. Perhaps after returning there, he could revisit this idea. Lin Moyu also considered targeting worlds within the Outsider Alliance's Great Spirit Domain. Given their opposition to humanity, their worlds were deeply entangled in karmic ties with humans, making it easier for Lin Moyu to act without bearing undue consequences. Such karma wouldn't fall solely on him, but would be shared across humanity.
First, I'll refine enough virtual beasts to produce triple refined void soul pills, then see what treasures Market 9 has to offer. I have a feeling Market 9 holds something I need. It's best to accumulate as many soul pearls as possible. Running out when something valuable appears would be embarrassing.
As he pondered this, Little Python suddenly spoke.
Master, how long do we plan to stay here?
Lin Moyu asked.
Why? Are you feeling uneasy seeing your kind being killed?
Little Python quickly shook its head.
Please don't misunderstand me, Master. I wasn't thinking that at all.
Its nervous demeanor amused Lin Moyu.
I was just teasing you. Why did you ask?
Little Python explained.
This place makes me uncomfortable, and there seems to be something wrong with these virtual beasts.
Lin Moyu raised an eyebrow.
What's wrong with them?
Little Python replied.
They seem lifeless.
Lin Moyu nodded thoughtfully.
I've noticed that too, but it's not worth investigating further.
Little Python understood Lin Moyu's meaning. This was the human sovereign's territory. Any abnormalities here were irrelevant to them. As long as virtual beasts could be refined into soul crystals, nothing else mattered. Together, Lin Moyu and Little Python traversed the edge of the World Tree Great Spirit domain, hunting and refining as they went. Months passed as they circled roughly 1/5 of the domain. Countless virtual beasts fell at Lin Moyu's hands. However, all these virtual beasts were below third-tier souls. Not a single second-tier or first-tier soul beast appeared. Nor did they encounter any small spirit domain kings, just as Shi Haifeng had mentioned earlier. Without interference from small spirit domain kings, their hunt proceeded smoothly. Lin Moyu suspected that second-tier soul virtual beasts had likely been gathered by small spirit domain kings, and first-tier ones had probably gone into beast abysses. After months of hunting, Lin Moyu's stockpile of soul crystals exceeded 100,000, enough for producing triple refined void soul pills.
That should be sufficient.
With enough soul crystals in hand, the next step was entering a vacuum zone to begin refining void soul pills. Suddenly Lin Moyu frowned as an entire undead army vanished without warning in the distance.
Destroyed?
Surprised, he realized this army consisted of 10,000 dragon riders, all wiped out silently and instantly. Concerned but cautious, Lin Moyu didn't approach immediately. Instead, he directed nearby skeletal generals toward the area. The site where his undead army disappeared lay near the limit of his control over undead forces. While maneuvering skeletal generals closer, Lin Moyu instructed Little Python to fly toward the location cautiously. Through one skeletal general's undead eye, Lin Moyu observed nothing unusual in that patch of void. It appeared perfectly normal. But as another skeletal general approached, it abruptly disintegrated into dust, its soul extinguished entirely. Witnessing this through yet another skeletal general's perspective, Lin Moyu realized his dragon riders must have met a similar fate earlier. The skeletal generals couldn't discern anything clearly from their limited vision. To uncover more details, Lin Moyu would need to investigate personally. Little Python noticed Lin Moyu's tense expression.
Master, is something wrong?
Lin Moyu replied.
Indeed, something has happened. I need to check it out. Follow me closely.
Summoning another skeletal general as a guide ahead, Lin Moyu flew cautiously, not too fast, to ensure Little Python didn't accidentally overshoot and risk being destroyed like his undead forces earlier. Unknown dangers are always the most terrifying. Recognizing this unease, Little Python obediently followed behind for half a day until they reached their destination. Surveying the void carefully, Lin Moyu searched for clues while Little Python scanned its surroundings.
Master, I don't see anything unusual.
Neither did Lin Moyu. The void seemed calm and empty, but appearances can be deceiving. Sending another skeletal general forward, it soon encountered an invisible force that crushed it into dust, its soul obliterated beyond resurrection. Startled by this sudden destruction, Little Python exclaimed nervously,
What just happened?
Even Lin Moyu felt uneasy watching his skeletal general disintegrate. It seemed as though an invisible force was creeping toward him, a force capable of consuming him entirely. Yet the void before him remained eerily empty. That was what made it truly unsettling. Summoning True Fire Dao Spirit beside him, Lin Moyu asked,
"Can you see anything ahead?"
With her cultivation level comparable to True Body Dao Lords, the True Fire Dao Spirit could perceive things beyond Lin Moyu's own abilities. Examining the area carefully, the True Fire Dao Spirit pointed forward and said,
"There's a massive rift." "A massive rift?"
Lin Moyu asked.
"How big is it?"
Using her small hands, the True Fire Dao Spirit gestured expansively.
"Very big."
Summoning 5 Elements Giant next, Lin Moyu asked her to compare sizes.
"Which is bigger, the rift or him?"
After some comparison, the True Fire Dao Spirit concluded,
"The rift is still bigger."
Considering that 5 Elements Giant was comparable in size to worlds at their formation stage, the fact that this rift exceeded its scale was astonishing. With a thought, Lin Moyu summoned Sword Dao Spirit and transformed her into a Dao Sword.
Shao Xiong Sword 3.
Chapter 3768. The Human Sovereign in the Beast Abyss. The 5 Elements Giant swung its sword toward the direction Lin Moyu indicated. The sword light illuminated the void before colliding with an unseen force, twisting and warping the sword's energy until it exploded violently. Boom! The void distorted as terrifying power surged outward. Little Python let out a pained scream as its body shattered, while Lin Moyu's soul suffered severe injuries in an instant. He quickly positioned the 5 Elements Giant in front of himself as a shield. The 5 Elements Giant emitted brilliant light to resist the spatial distortions, but the void's turbulence was too overwhelming. Even the giant's formation couldn't hold against it. The Sword Dao Spirit expanded, transforming into a shield to further reduce the pressure on the 5 Elements Giant. Meanwhile, the True Fire Dao Spirit released intense heat and manifested the True Fire Great Dao as another shield, protecting Lin Moyu and Little Python from harm. Lin Moyu took a deep breath and threw out a soul flower to envelop Little Python. In that fleeting moment, had he acted even slightly later, Little Python would have died. Now, Little Python was in a half-dead state and required the soul flower's healing power to recover. Lin Moyu hadn't expected the 5 Elements Giant's strike to trigger such an enormous reaction. As life force flowed through him to heal his soul, Lin Moyu refrained from using soul flowers on himself. He wanted to understand what had caused such terrifying phenomena. Within the sword light, a massive rift emerged, stretching deep into the void. This rift was enormous, its width comparable to an entire small spirit domain. In other words, the rift was large enough to swallow a small spirit domain whole. Beyond the rift lay an infinite expanse of space seamlessly blending into the void, making it impossible to see what lay within. The rift existed silently in the void. Anything that touched it would vanish without a trace.
This rift. How did it form? Why is it like this?
The rift resembled a scar on Soul Void, a chilling anomaly. Lin Moyu couldn't comprehend it. The rift exceeded his understanding entirely. Soul Void space was incredibly stable, even True Body Dao Lords couldn't tear it apart without rapid restoration. He couldn't imagine what circumstances could leave behind such a permanent rift. Judging by its appearance, the rift had existed for countless years, its origin unknown. Because of his earlier sword strike, the collision had temporarily revealed the rift, but soon it would disappear again, hidden within darkness, and destroy anything that approached it. Realizing he couldn't afford another reckless collision, Lin Moyu retreated cautiously before releasing a cluster of world-burning fire to illuminate the rift. Under its light, the rift became clearer. As world-burning fire spread along both sides of the rift, Lin Moyu followed its flames deeper into the void. The rift extended endlessly as though reaching infinity.
It seems we're leaving the World Tree Great Spirit domain.
After following for some time, Lin Moyu noticed that the rift was heading toward a vacuum zone. With its healing complete, Little Python regained consciousness and exclaimed nervously,
"Wow, I almost died."
Lin Moyu reassured it.
"Don't worry, it's not that easy to die."
Little Python chuckled.
"Of course. With Master here, it's hard even to die.
Even now, it didn't miss an opportunity for flattery. Once little Python recovered, Lin Moyu let it carry him again.
Follow the flames along the rift, but don't go too fast.
Little Python nodded obediently before noticing the size of the rift and cried out in shock.
What is this? How can it be so big?
Lin Moyu replied calmly.
I don't know either, just be careful.
Being cautious by nature, little Python slowed its pace considerably and maintained distance from the rift. As world-burning fire burned along its edges, the rift reflected power outward, distorting space across tens of thousands of miles around it. Fortunately, the fire didn't trigger as violent a reaction as Lin Moyu's earlier sword strike. The rift remained relatively stable. Eventually, the rift left behind the World Tree Great Spirit domain and entered a vacuum zone. Suddenly, Lin Moyu's expression changed and he extinguished world-burning fire.
Stop!
He commanded sharply, and little Python halted immediately. Lin Moyu saw that the rift connected directly to Beast Abyss, and within Beast Abyss a massive aura spread forth a terrifying presence. He dared not approach further, instead observing from afar while remaining over 10 billion kilometers away from Beast Abyss. Even at such distance, the overwhelming aura emanating from Beast Abyss was palpable, a testament to its immense power. Crucially, the aura felt familiar. It matched what Lin Moyu had sensed before at Market 9, the aura of a human sovereign avatar. Inside Beast Abyss lay none other than the human sovereign himself, but why was he there? And why did this mysterious rift lead directly into Beast Abyss? Everything pointed toward a connection between this anomaly and the human sovereign.
Has his power reached such heights? Can he create something like this? What is he doing in Beast Abyss?
Questions filled Lin Moyu's mind, but he knew better than to interfere. The wisest course would be turning back immediately. Yet curiosity gnawed at him relentlessly.
Go take a look. Go take a look.
He knew that whatever brought the human sovereign here must be monumental, a secret of great significance. After brief hesitation, Lin Moyu made his decision to investigate further despite knowing he shouldn't involve himself. He felt strongly that retreating now would leave an indelible mark on his Tao heart, hindering him in future cultivation. Thus, it became imperative for him to uncover at least part of this mystery, even if only glimpsing fragments of truth. However, he couldn't approach recklessly. Being discovered by the human sovereign would spell certain death. No virtual beasts or living beings existed nearby, a clear indication that secrecy was paramount for whatever transpired here. To avoid detection, Lin Moyu devised a plan.
As long as I don't get too close, it should be fine. I'll use my illusory body instead of my true form. That way, even if discovered, it won't lead back to me.
Illusory bodies differed from avatars. They couldn't be traced back to their original forms even if exposed. Moreover, Lin Moyu planned to keep his distance, observing from 10 million kilometers away, which should suffice for safety. Under Lin Moyu's command, little Python retreated silently into deeper parts of Soul Void before accelerating further away until reaching limits of control over illusory bodies and stopping there. Activating his 1,000 paths and myriad images formation, Lin Moyu concealed himself within before creating an entirely new illusory body outside it. This illusory body transformed into an outsider appearance completely unrelated to Lin Moyu physically or spiritually. Adding layers of complexity, a divine rune altered its aura, further diverging from Lin Moyu's own essence entirely. Now neither appearance nor presence bore any connection between them. Even cause and effect great Tao would struggle linking them together without direct evidence. Finally, a highly intricate divine rune enveloped this illusory body in smoke, rendering it invisible. Even Lin Moyu himself couldn't sense its existence anymore. Chapter 3769. Rift in the Soul Void. The illusory body, carrying out its mission, silently flew toward the Beast Abyss. Lin Moyu had imbued it with a divine rune called the Void Fusion Rune, an improved version of the Void Travel Rune. Its purpose was to merge the rune with the void, concealing all traces of its presence and making it nearly imperceptible. Combined with the naturally weak aura of an illusory body, the effect was flawless. This technique was reminiscent of a lich named Genie whose stealth during
Genie Night Walk.
achieved similar results, but Lin Moyu's illusory body surpassed it in effectiveness. Lin Moyu's mastery of divine runes had advanced significantly. He had begun creating his own runes, forging a unique path rather than following established methods. The illusory body approached the beast abyss, transmitting everything it saw back to Lin Moyu. Gradually, it caught sight of the human sovereign. This was Lin Moyu's first time seeing the human sovereign, but he recognized him instantly. The human sovereign wore an exquisite soul garment that radiated an indescribable aura. His entire soul glowed with noble purple light. Even as a soul body, his presence was extraordinary. Compared to him, Would Slaughter Realm Master seemed insignificant, like a mere shadow. Thanks to the Void Fusion rune, the illusory body's gaze blended seamlessly with space itself, preventing the human sovereign from noticing its observation. The illusory body stopped at a distance of 10 million kilometers from the human sovereign, close enough to observe but far enough to remain safe. It saw the human sovereign seated within Beast Abyss, motionless. Invisible forces alternated between expanding outward and retracting inward. It appeared as though he were meditating or cultivating. However, Lin Moyu knew better. The human sovereign wasn't here simply to meditate.
What is he doing?
Lin Moyu wondered aloud, sensing that something significant was about to happen. Rather than wait idly, he drew another divine rune, a rune that emitted faint Great Tao energy. This energy was purely illusory, not real. He placed his soul-refining furnace within this aura, using the rune's energy to mask its presence entirely. In this place, caution was paramount. Pouring large quantities of soul crystals into the furnace, Lin Moyu began refining void soul pills. Little Python watched eagerly.
Master, can I have some of these pills when they're done?
Lin Moyu replied.
You'll get your share.
Little Python cheered excitedly.
Master is the best. You're number one in Soul Void.
Amused by Little Python's antics, Lin Moyu chose not to respond further. The soul refining furnace worked tirelessly to produce triple refined void soul pills. Each pill required 1,000 soul crystals for refinement. While their effects for cultivators were slightly inferior to directly absorbing soul crystals, they were far superior for virtual beasts. Triple refined void soul pills were significantly better than single refined ones, approaching over 90% of a soul crystal's effectiveness. Moreover, they were easier to refine, saving considerable time, which justified setting a higher price. Based on calculations, a single soul crystal valued at 30 soul pearls meant that each triple refined void soul pill should be priced at around 10,000 soul pearls. However, the final price would depend on appraisal by the trading market's formation, not Lin Moyu's estimation. Soul crystals varied in quality from 9th tier to 2nd tier souls. Lin Moyu mixed them together evenly during refinement, ensuring uniform size and effectiveness for all pills produced. This eliminated any need for differentiation during sales. All pills would be treated equally. Refining void soul pills took time, and Lin Moyu waited patiently as he worked. After 1 month, most of his soul crystals had been refined into void soul pills, a total of 15,000 pills. Next came double refinement. From 15,000 single refined pills, he produced 1,500 double refined ones. Finally, triple refinement yielded 150 triple refined void soul pills. If priced at 30,000 soul pearls each, as Lin Moyu hoped, the total value would reach 4.5 million soul pearls, not only enough to enter Market 9, but also sufficient for substantial purchases there. Double refinement took another 2 months, and triple refinement promised an even longer process ahead. Just as triple refinement began, the human sovereign stirred after months of stillness. His aura surged suddenly. A vast force transformed into radiant Great Tao energy, erupting from Beast Abyss and illuminating countless paths across Soul Void.
8 Great Taos.
Lin Moyu exclaimed in shock. The human sovereign controlled 8 Great Taos, a number surpassing his own abilities.
Metal, wood, water, fire, earth, the 5 elements Great Taos. Space Great Tao, Fate Great Tao, and Destruction Great Tao.
Lin Moyu identified all 8 paths clearly. Among them, The destruction Great Tao stood supreme, brilliant and powerful. It overshadowed all others like a towering mountain suppressing its peers. As master of destruction, the human sovereign had projected his great Tao into returning origin land, achieving true eternal existence. As long as origin ancestral land persisted, the human sovereign could not die, and destruction remained his strongest path. Below destruction, the remaining 7 Taos stood equally balanced but lacked harmony overall due to their inherent nature. The 5 elements were real-type Taos. Space combined real and illusory aspects. Fate was purely illusory. Destruction blended both real and illusory dimensions. This imbalance skewed toward reality, suggesting that while formidable in soul void, the human sovereign's combat strength peaked in reality instead. Yet, even at partial strength within soul void, the human sovereign remained nearly invincible throughout World Tree Great Spirit domain, with only World Tree Emperor able to challenge him directly. Raising his left hand, gently the human sovereign grasped firmly. Boom! The rift, larger than a small spirit domain, materialized instantly. Manifesting an invisible giant hand, the human sovereign seized control over this massive rift completely. Raising his right hand, similarly a radiant glow emerged from Beast Abyss as he extracted its essence.
Yin-yang, real and illusory.
Lin Moyu gasped, recognizing profound forces emanating from Beast Abyss containing yin-yang energies tied intimately with universal origins. Beast Abyss connected realms of reality and illusion, harboring immense yin-yang power, partially representing fundamental origins themselves. Capturing these energies alongside countless screaming virtual beasts, all first-tier souls brimming immense strength, the human sovereign absorbed their power, entirely channeling it into his left hand. Boom! The rift trembled violently as roars echoed faintly from within. Lin Moyu stared wide-eyed, realizing something lurked deep inside this rift. Witnessing such scenes expanded Lin Moyu's understanding profoundly. It felt like discovering an entirely new world. From within spatial distortions, furious roars continued, endlessly shaking void and twisting space into chaotic spirals resembling braided threads. Despite relentless struggles, nothing escaped the human sovereign's grasp. Amidst spatial chaos, Lin Moyu's illusory body shattered like foam bubbles. Squinting slightly, Lin Moyu murmured,
So this is called rift in soul void.